Hit that very thick indeed. Was surely intending to get the cue ball behind yellow and brown.
I've just put a circle there. If he could pop this red into the right corner and get somewhere around about that circle, he'd be on the black. There's a precise positional shot. Well, there's another red, but the circle is still roughly the area he needs to be in. Is he hard enough?
One.
I should think just about.
Eight. Nine.
Dave Harold's average shot time has come down in this match from 38 seconds to 30, but in some ways it seems as if he's slower than in fact he is, because there's absolutely nothing happening for 5 seconds. He's frozen while he just prepares to make his one pull back of the cue and his one push through. It's not even as if he's building up to it with some preliminary addresses.
17. Foul.
Wow.
Dave Harold 17. Matthew Stevens.
Attempting a deep screw from the black shouldn't have been a problem for a player of his ability, but scooped underneath it.
Yeah, and that stabbing action that he has, it does make that more probable than with most players. As you say, he's not preparing for the shot. And I know you said in the last frame it's a little bit late now for him to change, but I do feel that it's got even more staccato as the years have gone on. I'm sure there was a little bit, and maybe more of a pullback before he was going to deliver the cue. And there seems to be at the moment, but as you say, he's been out of the game with a broken wrist, and he's trying to re-establish himself, so there's a lot of pressure. Sometimes we just take it for granted at this level that they're going to pop balls and not make mistakes, but there's a lot of pressure on Dave Harold at the moment. This game's not easy at any time, but certainly not when you're struggling a little bit for form. Matthew's not judged the cannon on the second red there too well. Still popped this black, but a little bit more difficult than he would have liked.
Well,
8.
this may not be all that great. Thin cut to right corner if there's nothing else.
I don't think there is anything else. You can see there's a red to the left centre, but he's hampered by the 2 reds just to the right of the cue ball. So that's not an option. He's going to have to play this thin cut. You can just bounce off the baulk cushion. There's a chance of a brown possibly in the middle or a yellow. So he doesn't have to do a lot, but it's a tricky pot, this. Yeah, he's using side, you see, and it looked like a kick, but that's when you use inside, it can transfer onto the object ball, and that's what happened there. He was playing this with a lot of right-hand side. It didn't have much option with the 2 reds there next to the cue ball, and he just threw the red off. So that mistake from Dave Harrell, not as costly as first feared.
One. Eight. Nine.
You can see that Dave Harold is giving every shot, absolutely everything, as he tries to get back into contention in this match. It's a long time ago since he won his sole
16.
ranking title, the 1993 Asian Open, which he did as a
17.
500 to 1 outsider. Only his brother backed him. But he's a pushover for no one.
24.
Heavy contact.
Yeah.
Not on the black as he would like.
Yeah, it sounded a little bit like a miscue as well. Whatever. He's not perfect on the black by any means now. And just when he looked as though he was getting near the point, this was a frame-winning visit. A little bit of work to do.
Dodgy little cut this with the rest.
I suppose the only advantage is well, if he can hold it, he's playing for a red into the same corner as the black. So if he plays it dead weight, the black will cover the pocket. But a delicate shot. And he's playing it the hard way now. I think he's trying to stun round off 2 cushions. Makes the pot more difficult. Good shot. Oh, unlucky.
32.
Could have finished nicer. I think he'll need the rest again now.
Yes, and it's not for a straightish pot either. Preferred to lay the snooker.
32.
Well, yes, he pulled off the good shot on the black and thought, well, I can't keep pulling him off, and I've got a great opportunity here with all the reds open to put Matthew in real big trouble. And it'll be a minor miracle if Matthew can hit a red here and not leave anything. I think it's a hit and hope. Just hit it as hard as you can, hope for the best. It's not bad, is it? It's not bad for all the skill that there is in this game. Sometimes you have to resort to, well, just lash out and hope for the best. And it's pretty good. He's not left anything easy.
One.
Well, that's his best long pot so far. Plum on the black. And with a 35-point lead, should win the frame from here.
It's a strange game, this snooker, isn't it? He's never looked like potting the ball like that all match. He gets into a situation where he felt as though he was forced into it and stroked it in, sweet as a nut. As his black is in, the frame at his mercy.
So from 3-0 down, this is a golden chance for Dave Harold to reduce his arrears to 3-2.
Nine. Sixteen. Seventeen.
Just pink and one more red. Would secure the frame.
23.
So his ghastly mistake in the early part of the frame, when he miscued on the straight short range black, isn't going to matter.
$31. 32. 38. 39. 45.
Tried to move the awkwardly placed last red.
Dave Harold, 45 from the frame.
Although by that stage of the frame it was academic, Dave Harold, from 3-0 down, is right back into contention. Now he trails only 3-2.
Frame 8. Dave Harold to break.
Dave Harold has won 3 of the last 4 frames. Down 3-0. He now trails only 4-3. And the frame he lost in that period, he had a great chance to win. It can't be... Dave Harold can't be the easiest opponent to play because his average shot time is, what, 28 seconds. It was up at 38 in the early part of the match. He really gives every shot everything, and when he's on a break, his opponent tends to be spending a long time in his chair with his concentration slowly ebbing away.
Yes, but as we say, you've got to play your own game. I think that will help Matthew Stevens if he can get the cue ball closer to that baulk cushion a few more times. Miss will be called.
Foul, the miss. Matthew Stevens, 4. Yeah.
Having it replaced, well, I can understand it. It's a tough shot, this. He's got to catch it just right. And of course, always a possibility. The 3 misses and you're out.
Yes, only 1 so far, but if he misses the outside edge again, then there's real pressure on his next shot, or he's got to change his shot.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. To get past the baulk line off a shot like that is pretty good. He's right back in this match. It's very hard to pick the winner at the moment. And I know Matthew Stevens is 4-3 in front, but I just get the feeling that he's missed the bolt.
Perfect thin edge safety from Harold. Miscue from Stevens.
Foul, the miss. Dave Harold, 4.
Harold had a good look, but there was no way that he could improve on that situation, and there wasn't anything potable. Well, that's where it was, and that's where it's been picked back. Stephen's very sporting, actually. He's insisted on the ball being placed in its original position, the position in which the referee originally replaced it, made the safety much easier. Maybe another slight guide is that a smidgen of chalk would have been left on the cushion from Stevens' original shot.
Yeah. Okay, Dave. Yeah.
Yes, it's even more difficult. He wants it. They're very good, the snooker players, in this sort of situation. Very fair-minded. Of course, we've got the technical facility to see when they've got it bang on and when they haven't. And now they have. Past the outside edge again.
Foul and miss. Dave Harold, 4.
And that's 2 misses. He'll have to be warned here.
Got to one if you miss this there. Shall lose the free.
Well, he's got to choose a different shot.
Well, he's got to hit a red. That's the order of the day. Don't think you can risk any thin contact here. Otherwise, it's 4 apiece. If he misses. Doesn't want to miss cue again. I think that's why he's putting plenty of chalk on that cue. He's hitting the red full in the face. It's not a bad effort.
It would have been something if he conceded the frame without a single ball potted. He's left a red along the cushion, but that is very unattractive and no position to be had from it.
One.
Had to put everything into that pot. Hadn't got any concentration left over for position.
Dave Harold, 1.
And the tighter you can leave the cue ball to a ball colour in that sort of situation, the more you reduce your opponent's options in escaping. Can't get very far down the side cushion from so tight behind the brown.
That's the line I was thinking, but I think the blue gets in the way. Now, whether he thinks he can get to the second half of my line by going on the other side of the table. That's the red you'd like to be trying to hit. The red closest to the top cushion. That's how you get there. He's having a look at my suggestion. As I say, I think the blue may be in the way. It may not be.
And here again the misrule comes into play, because with 14 reds left, the theory is that he should be able to hit one of them. So if he doesn't make contact, a miss will be called. But of course, the big problem with the escape is not to leave anything on.
Foul for miss. Dave Harold, 4.
Well, missed call, but it won't be taken. He's left a nice, easy starter for Dave Harold. And a chance to level the match. What a turnaround. And I can't really put my finger on why it's turned around so, Clive.
Well, me neither. Maybe it even started to turn at the end of the third frame, although Stevens did win that frame, but he missed a frame ball blue. That was a frame ball for 3-0. He did win the frame subsequently, but maybe that took a little bit of the wind out of his sails, missing the blue. And he's certainly not been the same player since, only in glimpses anyway. And this formidable competitor, Dave Harold, giving every shot full attention, has clawed his way back into the match. And has a promising opportunity here as he tries to level at 4-all.
Nine.
This match could well go down to a deciding frame.
Doesn't look to be on anything easy. Possibility of a couple of pots, but nothing straightforward.
Possibility to left middle, possible cut to left corner. Harold has considered this shot for a full minute. And it's an important shot.
Seventeen. $21. $22.
Playing the cannon in that way, he was at
27.
worst bound to be on something to right middle, but that's awkward cueing.
Yes, he's got a choice of reds in the right corner. He'd like to play the one that was straighter, but I don't think he can just get to it. So playing this one and going up for the blue, and
28.
well, it's just absolutely inch perfect. Things are looking good for Dave Harold at the moment. Early on in this match, I said that when either player got in, Matthew Stevens looked like scoring a lot more. Not so now. He's got the bit between his teeth of the potter from the potteries.
$33.
A proud season ticket holder at Stoke City.
Yeah.
Again, a nicely played cannon, leaving certainty of position. Closing in on 4-all. It all looked so good for Stevens when he led 3-0, but he's playing against the tide now. He's lost 3 of the last 4 frames. And he's going to lose this one. Past the winning post.
61.
In terms of leaving Stevens needing a snooker. This is Harold's 3rd half-century of the match. Made 55 in the 4th frame to get off the mark.
69.
The first frame he won. Then when he was 4-2 down, he made a frame winning 77. And here he is, past the 70 mark again. Solid, consistent snooker. Shorter position there, but he won't be bothered about that. The 77 break then enables Dave Harold to level the match at 4-all. It's all on the 9th.
Ninth and final frame. Matthew Stevens to break.
The momentum is with Dave Harold. From 3-0 down, he's won 4 of the last 5 frames. Can he sustain that run? Bit thick on that safety. First chance to Stevens. Can't put his bridge hand quite where he wants to.
Well, Matthew Stevens, 1.
May have been a little worried about fouling a red, but That blue was pretty well straight from about a foot behind it. Unexpected miss.
One.
Would like to be opening the bunch.
And that's the line. And he's got the angle on the black. It's a great opportunity to give himself a chance of accumulating enough points at this visit to win frame and match. He's got to go for it. And he'd be unlucky not to be on the loose red that is now into this right corner. Well, I think I'd have to give it a little bit more than that.
8. Touching ball.
Yes, still on the red that was already loose, but has developed only 3 or maybe 4 more. I think if O'Sullivan or Hendry had been playing that shot, there wouldn't have been much of a bunch left.
9. $16.
Although he's not proceeding at a brisk tempo, Dave Harold is in his way, in his rhythm. He's made 2 breaks of 77 in the last 2 frames. Breaks distinguished by precise positional play and careful shot consideration. And he's still, it seems, in that same cocoon of concentration.
Well, he didn't hit that very well. A lot
24.
closer than to the side cushion than he would have liked to have been. He tried to play a stun run through, but never really got into it.
$25.
Work to do. I think the top red of the cluster, the one which would be just the left of the pink spot, will just go into this left corner. But he's going to need a good shot to get there. There you see, just goes. Now, normally for any player, playing a deep screw off the yellow wouldn't be a problem, but this isn't Dave's strong suit. He cued it well though, and he's on it.
27.
You like to have been straight, and then the reason I say you like to be straight, because when a ball like this will only just go, you like to see the object ball and the pocket all in the one line. You can't at the moment. And it went. He's released another couple of reds. Not ideal on the pink, but at the moment he's just taking what's there. And slowly but surely he's creeping away from Matthew Stevens, runner-up in last season's World Championship. Started this match so well, Clive, and we were saying this could be a make-or-break season for him, and an important season, but this match now looks 34. To me as though it's slipping away.
Yes, it won't break his season if he loses, but it'll be a big disappointment, having started so well. But the major share of the credit belongs to Dave Harold.
Yeah.
It's far more down to the quality of Harold's play than any deficiencies of Stevens that this match has changed right round.
Yes, I would agree with that, particularly in the last two frames where Dave has, well, funnily enough, made two breaks, both of 77. But prior to that, you just felt that Matthew had every opportunity to stamp his authority on this match and didn't do it.
43.
And slowly but surely, the battle-hardened man from the Potteries has clawed his way back into this match. And now you've got to say he's looking favourite, because I think there's a bottom red there that will just go after this black into the same. There you see it. He doesn't want to be straight on this red. He'd like to be at an angle, and that looks perfect, where he can pot this red and bring another 2 or 3 reds into play, which would be sufficient for him to win the frame and match at this visit. It's in his hands now.
Ooh.
51.
Could have done with getting through a bit further. Okay, the cue ball had to go through 2 more balls. Didn't hit it quite hard enough. This is a tricky cut.
Yeah, given the choice of playing the run-through or the screw off the bunch, I'd prefer the screw. At least you know the cue ball's going to come away. The problem Dave had there is that the blue's not on its spot. I think if the blue would have been on its spot, he'd have played the screw. But with the blue being up in the baulk end of the table, he felt he had to play for the black. And as you say, Clive, he's not on it. Not good anyway.
Dave Harold, 51.
Well, ultimately, disappointing. It only half hit the black, really. He wasn't on his next red if he'd got it. Perhaps it was also in his mind that if he played the black pretty softly and missed it, he would cover that pocket. Even so, he sits on a 50-point lead.
Well, it looks like Matthew's eyeing up this red down the left-hand cushion towards the far left corner pocket. He probably feels that the only red he could leave is the one he's playing. No. Oh, I said no. Too early. I thought it just caught the side cushion.
Doesn't appear to be much angle on this black, though, to get out for position.
Well, he was looking up the table for the blue, but that can't be the shot. And he wants to make certain of this. He needs these 7 points. He was too straight to get good position.
8.
Every shot now vital, important, could win or lose the match, particularly for the Welshman.
Who is still 42 behind.
Matthew Stevens, 8.
I get the feeling that he thought it just drifted up. It's hard to tell. Always looked on the top jaw, maybe, but at that speed it could run over a finger mark, a little bit of chalk. Well, it looks from here, Clive, as though this red will cut back into the left middle.
Yes, it does. Maybe it doesn't look quite so easy to him. Well, the red just a fraction past the centre of the pocket.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what he thinks he spotted in this cluster of 4. Is there a plant anywhere? That's what he could be looking at. Well, as you see, they set for the left-hand jaw. Maybe he feels he can reverse it. It's a risky shot, though. He's playing safe, I think. Surprised me. But, as we've said throughout this match, gritty competitor, Dave Harold. And he's now in a position where, well, he's in control, he feels. And if Matthew's going to win this match, he's going to have to pull out the stops. Dave won't be in a hurry to make any mistakes. And judging by that possibility of a plant, Matthew's got to be careful he doesn't knock a ball over to the right corner. That's pretty good. Pretty good safety. Another couple of inches that have been better, but not left anything easy.
a brief smile. He attempted that pot, knowing that even if he missed it, the cue ball was going to come back towards the baulk line, but the smile, I think, was about the margin by which he missed it. Good red.
1.
And Stevens knew the blue was virtually hanging over the baulk pocket. Not a promising position for a clear-up, though. 3 reds on cushions, one of them pretty difficult.
That's where he'd like to have the cue ball for the next red after the blue. Oh, well, it was a bit thinner than what I thought. Anyway, he's on the red.
6.
But it's not this red. It's the next 3.
7.
Yes, this red, though near a cushion, not so very difficult, because
12.
first he could get good position on it, and second, it doesn't have far to travel to the pocket.
Well, he's not got the perfect angle on the brown, it wouldn't appear. He's a bit thin on the green. You wouldn't want to leave yourself a chance of a pot on one of these reds. Well, obviously be the one closest to the right corner, but it's a tough ask. You'd really want to be in a position where you could disturb them. He's such a good potter, Matthew, but as I say, I don't think he's got the perfect angle on either brown or green. So he's decided to leave himself this tough red. 25 points behind.
17.
He needs this badly.
Matthew Stevens, 17.
That was a tough pot at this stage of the proceedings. Still, it's run safe, and Stevens has reduced his arrears to 25.
Yeah.
Mistake from Dave Harold. He's left a chance of this red. The main thing, he should have been concentrating on getting a good cue ball, but he's left Matthew with his hand on the table, and we know how good he is with these long pots. But he needs to get it. Well, has the pink come to his rescue? I think it has. Lucky boy.
Well, a bit of luck at the right time can be so important in this game.
Yes, once he'd missed the red and it was running long and knocking the other one away from the top cushion, you thought that's end of match. It's amazing. Run of the ball. I mean, once this has run across here and disturbed the other red, knocked it over the pocket, you thought that was the end for Matthew, but not so. You can't beat a bit of luck. Never had any myself when I was playing.
And it's not just being unable to pot a red. What does he do?
Well, absolutely. There's no easy safety on. He can't get through to the red closest to the pocket, which is maybe why he's thinking of trying to come off the side cushion and maybe pot the red. But I think he's only doing that basically so he doesn't leave the red there. That's what he's looking at. Now can Dave have a bit of luck? No, he can't. So Matthew Stevens, last time at the table, made a big error.
One.
And now it's Dave Harrell's turn to sit in his seat and wonder, will he get another chance in this frame and match through no fault of his own? And that's why we say snooker's such a cruel game, because a run of the ball like that can stop you from scoring. And he had nothing else on there but just to hit and hope, and now he's sat down and wondering if he'll get another chance. He'll certainly be coming back to the table, but will he be snookered?
Matthew Stevens, 8.
No. So Stevens didn't put him in the trouble that he was hoping to. 50 behind Stevens was in this frame, and various contributions has reduced that gap to 17. Just as well for Harold that it was difficult to get on the last red when Stevens potted that last black. Ooh, can't hit them much thinner than that.
And you can't judge the pace much better than that. That was an excellent shot. Asking a big question now of Matthew Stevens to get this safe. Hardly move this red.
It was a very good safety from Harold, and it's created a possible opportunity if he can just get past the green, although that is debatable. It's tight.
It is tight, isn't it? At first I thought he could, and he's had a look from behind the red. I think he can just get past the green, and it's a type of shot which you could just put a little bit of side on, trace of left-hand side in this case, to just move the cue ball. Well, it knocked 3 times, but it knew the password. But he's not happy. He's smiling. But he's only smiling at the irony of hitting the pink full in the face after potting this red, and as I say, rattled that many times, and then he kissed the pink full in the face, and now he's on nothing easy. That's what he was smiling about. 18 points in front. Will he take a chance on trying to pull out a good pot?
Just about any other kiss on the pink other than full ball, and he would have had a decent shot at the blue.
I think his first thought was not the black safe, because Matthew Stevens will need the 6 remaining colours, but I think when you get a chance like this, you've got to try and get the snooker. You've got to try and put the cue ball in such a way that he can get a snooker.
Dave Harrell,
Don't see the value in that whatsoever, Dave. Because basically what you've done now, you've left your opponent an easy safety, and he can put you in big trouble. And that black is the only awkward one of the 6. I'd have gone all out for the snooker there.
Simon. Now, Stevens has snookered Harold. The last shot, Harold had a chance to snooker Stevens and didn't. Played the wrong shot.
Well, for me it did, because he decided to put the black there as an insurance, but I don't know, there was certainly a case of playing on the other side of the black, leaving the cue ball near the top cushion, getting the snooker by the blue, and Matthew would have been in all kinds of trouble. 2 cushion escape, has to hit it and get it safe. He's hit it. I don't think it's safe though.
Well, that was Stevens' chance. He's come out of it very well, though. Looks like another snooker. Stevens certainly having the run in this deciding frame. Examining the possibility of hitting the yellow full from behind, but above all, he doesn't want the yellow knocking the black out. Good shot.
Well, he's got the snooker, and Dave Harrell put his hand up and apologised. They're getting too nice, these players, aren't they? I can't imagine Ray Reardon would have done that in a 4 apiece, all down to the last 6 colours.
For you.
Or anybody I know. So 18 points in front. Dave Harrell needs the yellow and green. Matthew Stevens needs the 6 remaining colours. Got a problem here, Dave Harrell. I mean, the normal shot would be to play the cross double on the yellow, but the yellow more than likely will bring the black away from the side cushion, and we know how much he wants it there. He could play it slow, maybe try and get the snooker. I don't think he'd be tempted him to play the pot, because I don't think he's got the type of cue power that would enable him to pot the yellow and get back up for the green. So it's not straightforward, this. Got to make a decision. Put the snooker behind the black is a risky shot.
Oh dear. Intended to leave the cue ball down in the corner and the yellow safe at the other end of the table. But from the D, this is a great chance for Stevens.
Well, I never thought of that one. Neither did Dave Harold. The run through enough. The black's the only problem, as we know.
2.
But with it being on the right-hand side of the table, it's not that big a problem. Well, he's not played that well. That is not a good shot from Matthew. I mean, you know, straight, but don't leave yourself where you can't get good on the blue. Because he needs to be good on the blue so he can get good on the pink. And Dave Harold will know that. He'll know that this frame isn't over yet.
9.
So he just rolls the brown in, but this is a tough blue. It's a pressure blue. And he needs to be good on the pink to get on the awkward black.
The blue goes wide.
Matthew Stevens.
And immediately Stevens thinks, where's it going? Harold chuckles again, but rather ruefully because the blue has run safe. Excellent shot. Tactical snooker, not so much for points as trying to obtain an opening to secure frame and match.
Yes, easy hit, but where does the blue go? And Matthew Stevens can't afford to leave it. He'll need a bit of luck here. Oh, he's at it.
Harold still needing blue and pink.
Yes, the main point of the exercise here is to get the blue safe. If you could get a snooker at the same time, perfect. But get the blue safe. Don't leave your opponent a chance of a pot on the blue. And usually, it's safer the more distance you can leave between cue ball and object ball. as we're talking here, the next mistake would probably cost either player the match. Well thought out, well played.
Three hours, 18 minutes of hard battling. And the result still in doubt. Still a toss of a coin. Good shot, half ball, directing the blue towards the side cushion.
Well, that was a wonderful shot from Matthew. A wonderful shot. Good cue ball, and he had half an idea that the blue was going to go towards the black, and it's worked out to perfection. Got the snooker. And not that easy to hit. There may be a path down to this top cushion, but it's the old story. Can you hit it and get it safe? Where's the cue ball going? Oh, if that drops in the pocket, this blue would have been possible. It's asking a lot to pot it from the position it's in now.
Yes, if the cue ball had gone in, that would have been 5 away. The scores would have been level, and Stevens would have needed only blue and pink. As it is, he needs all 3 remaining colours.
Well, he's having a look at the pot. This was the thing that we saw during the World Championship last season. When he's looking at a pot, he comes round, has a look at the potting angle. It's a thin one, this, though. Thin one. And Dave Harold, this is your chance.
Blue and pink needed.
Good luck.
Yeah. Stevens could only hope. It's out of his hands. And this is the sort of match ball you want.
5.
A terrific recovery, this, from Dave Harold.
11, frame the mark.
Matthew Stevens led 3-0,
Congratulations, Matthew.
but Dave Harold came back with exemplary determination and no mean skill to win by 5 frames to 4, taking the last 3 frames.